guys, it is J.Belle with the Gossip Minute with Power 98.3 and 96.1. With me on Zoom is singer and actor. Do I have that right?
You got it right. You
got it right. Antonio Ramsey. And we just started talking, and his energy is like, boom.
Oh.
And listen, Millie Rock. Millie Rock. Ooh.
It's all about energy, man. It's all about energy. That's what life is.
Right,
man.
exactly.
Energy.
Vibes and energy. How are you doing today?
I am doing good. And like we said before we started, it's the holidays, so I just been, doing a lot of ripping and running. But we're here, and I'm excited to be here. And thank you just for having me. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. I know we were talking a little bit too about how when we both finish, we're gonna take a nap because us creators need to be able to rest. You don't understand that. So I'm going to let you take a nap right after this. We're going to jump right into it. And the first thing that stuck out to me when I was reading everything about you and looking at your IG, Funk Trap. Funk Trap. What is that? Describe it for me and then describe the lifestyle behind it.
So Funk Trap is exactly what you just said. It's a lifestyle. It started out with me trying to make Funk Trap the music, but I figured to myself, if I just live authentically in myself and put out good music, people will gravitate to what Funk Trap is. So for me, Funk Trap started out with my love of funk music. I love Isley Brothers, Gerald Levert, Al Green, Rick James. I love that type of music. That's like my base of music. But I'm also from Florida, so I like my flies. I got my Trick Daddy, my Trina, we got those. So I wanted to find a way to infuse not only where I'm from, but my love of music together. And that's how I came up with kind of the Funk Trap. It's my voice, it's my vibe, my swag. And I feel like people are starting to catch on to it. I dress differently. I just feel like it's all encompassing. Just everything that Antonio Ramsey is Funk Trap.
I see the blue on the front right there. I didn't catch it at first, but now I see. Yeah, I love that.
We in there. See, I ain't get a chance to sponge it out for you, so I ain't have it out for you.
It looks good.
We in there. I'm gonna leave it out just because you like it. I'm gonna leave it out just because you like it.
There you go. There you go.
Just because you rocking with it.
And I really do. I love your style. Your style is different. It's not the same as everybody else's. When I was listening to your record last night, Nights in Malibu, I was like, wait, this is different. Like I haven't heard this before. Because at first I was like, is he a singer or is he a rapper? Because I heard a little bit of rapping and then I heard you singing and I was like, wait, okay. Because there's not too many people that can actually sing and do rapping. Like they're literally using auto-tune. You have a little bit in there, but it doesn't cover your entire voice.
Yeah. It's
and
just for style purposes. You add a little bit here to add some style to it every now and then.
And it's crazy. Go ahead.
I know. I was gonna say I'm glad you're rocking with it. That was my main thing. I just want people to rock with it. Just to hear you rock with it, I'm love it.
Yeah, it's always because it's amazing when I do interviews like this and I meet artists. I go back and listen to their music, or I listen to the music before to prepare, and I'm just like, wait a minute now, I ain't never heard this person, but now I think I'm gonna rock with them. Let me add them to my playlist because now they're in constant rotation, and this is one of those songs that I'm gonna put in there. And so my next question,
I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm like I'm appreciative because you don't meet that many artists now that are pushing. And so my next question to you is, with quarantine happening for the majority of this year, how has it affected your writing and producing process? Like, has it changed how you thought, how you do it?
First of all, I want to say, Rona, I wish you never came. You've been messing up a lot of things I had rocking. You know what I'm saying? They had a tour going on I was supposed to be on. I had a bunch of different, just things we're supposed to be out performing and doing things, but we can't do none of that. But I feel like it made me sit down and just approach music differently. Because usually when we move, we go jump in the studio, go to this house, but I actually got to sit down, really think about what I wanted to produce, what I wanted to write, what I wanted it to feel like. So I actually feel like it was a blessing and a curse. Curse because I can't perform any other records right now how I want to. But a blessing because I actually got to sit down and find myself again and find how I want my music to sound again. And
it's crazy because when I was reading your bio, you've worked with some legends. Like, oh my God, like Bobby Brown. I think Vivian Green is one that I saw on there. And I was just like, oh my God. I mean, especially when you work with Bobby Brown. Now, Bobby Brown was like one of the original kings of like the New Jack Swing.
And he's the vibe that I've always, like, one of the people I've looked at when it comes to entertainment. That man right there encompasses what entertainment is wholeheartedly on stage. Like, just his vibe, how he don't care about nothing. Like, it's all about entertaining on stage. Like, he just straight up Bobby Brown. Like, you're going to get Bobby Brown full on stage. And just to see his energy backstage, it was like the same dude from back in the 90s was still on stage today. He got the same energy, the same mindset, and he loved it the same way that he loved it back then.
It's crazy. Yeah, because I'm glad you said that, because when I interviewed him once, and like when I say his vibe is like, I don't give two nothings.
Exactly.
I was like, I love it. He's like, I'm not the king of R&B, I'm the king. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And when he corrected me, I was like,
you
okay.
You gotta have that.
Right, exactly. You got it,
man. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. That's what I want to make sure I always tell my people. That's what funk trap encompasses too. Do you. Don't be worried about what everybody else got to think about. Half of these people out here that got something to say ain't doing nothing themselves. So just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, especially in this time and these times today, you have to be yourself. You have to do whatever you want to do, because life is too short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you create an avenue like this for yourself, it's going to stand out, because there's nothing else out there like that. And people are like itching and
they want
clawing for something new besides what's the same old
what
thing.
Is it? Because sometimes we always want something new, we just don't know what it is we want until we hear it or we see it or we something. So sometimes I feel like people just got to do what they do and let people gravitate towards it. They'll catch it when it's time for them to catch it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just right on time. That's what I believe. It's right on time.
Yeah, on time.
And so since you've worked with so many legends and you're creating this avenue for yourself, this is going to go into another question.
Okay.
If you had to create your own Cypher with your top 5 artists, who would they be?
Do they have to be alive?
No, they can be alive or dead.
Okay, so we're going to put Dino from H-Town. He was one of my favorite voices of R&B. He one of the best voices, like male R&B voices.
Yes.
Dino from H-Town, he's like top of my list. So definitely Dino from H-Town will be one of them. Her, I would put her on the Cypher. Ooh. Her is like, you know, for the new school, she hold the R&B down. She hold it down. I would put Lucky Day on there. I'm a big Lucky Day fan. You know, I rock to Lucky Day. He got... So them three would have some, you know, some fire music. I would put Cisco in there for the R. When you think R&B, I gotta represent for my '90s fellas out there. That's when singing was singing, you know. So
you're right.
We got Dino, her, Lucky Day, Cisco, and I'm gonna throw one more female, Jasmine Sullivan. I feel like that 5 right there in a Cypher. That's gonna need.
Now I wish that Dino was alive, because that would be a fire Cypher.
That would be amazing Cypher.
Oh, you dug deep.
Think about it. Just to think about them voices on one track. Listen, that's magic right there. That's magic.
Right. A lot of people still sleep on H-Town too, so I'm glad that you brought them up, because obviously...
Listen, for 8-9 years, I performed H-Town cover. Literally for maybe like 8-9 years. I did it. Knocking the boots, right? All my shows, only because I don't ever want nobody to forget what R&B was supposed to feel like and what it made me feel like. You know what I'm saying? So H-Town is definitely a staple when it comes to it.
Wow. So let's backtrack a little bit, because I should have asked this first. What made you want to get into music, period? Because obviously there's a lot of great things about the music industry, but then there's some downs about it. It makes you think about it. So what even got you started in music? Let's backtrack a little bit and talk about that song.
Definitely. So I was actually a dancer before I was a singer. I was a background dancer for a lot of big artists. I was in a dance group called Full Out. And I used to like hum around like different shows and stuff. People were like, why you don't try to sing? Why you don't try to cut something? So a friend of mine, his dad actually was like, let's try to record a song and let's see what it sounded like. So Anthony Hamilton, Charlene was the very first song that I recorded. Wow. And it sounded, I was like, okay, I sound decent. You know, I don't sound too bad. So from there, I just started doing hooks for different rappers in Florida. I relocated from Florida to Atlanta, and that's where I really found my love of music. That's where I kind of found people who believed in me and kind of gave me that push, like, do it, just put out music, is good. And that's when I found my management team. And from there, I've always loved music because I was a dancer, but I fell in love with music a different way, because now I can express myself through lyrics and through emotion. I've always been an entertainer. And entertainment for me is number one. Like, yeah, I like the studio and all that, but I like to perform. Like, the studio, I'm cool with all that. Let's get this song done, but I'm ready to get on stage and perform it. So I've always been an entertainer, but my love for music really came maybe about 6-7 years ago is when I really kind of like got into music heavily.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're slowly blowing up. And when I wanted to ask, which it dives back into the Cypher, because you have your own digital platform called the Social Cypher.
Yeah, Social Cypher. Shout out to Social Cypher. Shout out to Hot, my co-host. Shout out to other executive producers, LB and Ziggy, man. Social Cypher is an amazing platform. I'm honored to be a host on it.
And I was gonna ask, what is it exactly about? Like, are you covering topics? Are you guys okay? So talk about that a little bit.
So Social Cypher is an interactive hip hop and R&B platform where we bring indie artists from all over the world. Like all these artists, they come from different places. We bring them together to share their stories as indie artists of how we got to where we're at, how we can better ourselves, the movement behind music and hip hop and R&B, what we feel like is going on. And then once we have this conversation so that people can, let themselves be known to a new fan base, then we have a cypher. We let people show them what their talent is. Now you've gotten their insight, their minds, but now you can step into what their talent actually is. So, I mean, we have some great conversations on that show. We had an all-female episode. That was amazing. Wow. We've just had everything. Grammy award-winning writers on there. Just everybody, man. And then also we transitioned from the Social Cypher actual Cypher to a podcast. We made it into a podcast, because of COVID and everything. We've had so many people on there from I can't even think right now, everybody, but I'm just excited for just what's next for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited to see what's next with Social Cypher.
Wow. I like that. I like that that idea, calling it a Social Cypher instead of podcasts are great. I have one myself. But it's a different way of thinking about it.
Podcast? I gotta make sure I follow it.
It's called Girl Talk with J.Belle. I have my own personal, I do it on my own personal IG. I don't have, how most podcasts, they have their IG for it. Yeah. So I share all my stuff on one page. I want you to see everything that I'm doing.
I will
yes, please follow me. Yeah, definitely. It highlights women that are doing awesome things in their industry. They're giving back to the community, or if they're a radio personality or a rap artist or a singer, and you just kind of get their journey, and it's really, really cool. So that's why I say I like what you're doing, especially when you're highlighting female artists, because female artists are not getting enough love
at all.
Right?
That's why we gotta ride for our female artists out there, man. We gotta ride for them.
Right, exactly. They need all the love they can get. Like push it.
We gotta ride for them. We got to.
Well, I want to ask you this. I want to ask something a little bit fun, because I was like trying to research some of the favorite things, like favorite foods and stuff in Florida. Because you're a Florida boy. So like, if you had an ideal day down in Florida, you're looking for food, you're hungry. Where would we go?
Listen, there are several places you need to go. I'm going to start in Miami. There is a restaurant called Snappers. It's a fast food restaurant called Snappers. You got to get you some Snappers. It's seafood. So they got like fried shrimp. You can get you some fish. Listen, if you like seafood, Snappers, I'm telling people, if you're in Miami, go to Snappers. Please go there. Any hotel in any like Intercontinental, any hotels like that in Miami, going to have some good food. So any of those, definitely go get some. Let's see. Up here, they don't. I'm in Cali right now, so in Cali they don't have Checkers. I was a Checkers fan. I used to be a Checkers. They fries, hands down, Checkers got the best fries.
Riley's is the same thing as Checkers too. So if you found a Riley's, if you find a Riley's out there, then you're good.
See, but I don't know. It's something about that Checkers. It just hit a little different.
I get what you're saying, because I'm from North Carolina and we had Checkers everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like, I saw Raleigh's where I'm at now, and I was like, but they're under the same company. They're basically the same name. Their fries, fire. I feel
same
you.
Thing. Okay, I'm gonna try. Just because you said it, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have to try. But anything seafood, anywhere you can get some conch fritters from, anything seafood, you got to get from Florida. Anything seafood, it don't even matter.
I've always wanted to try conch fritters because I've never had them before.
You never had conch fritter?
No, I've never had. I want to try them one day.
Oh my god! Have you ever had conch salad?
No, I haven't had anything conch.
Oh,
that's why I'm asking you. Like, if I was in Florida and I wanted to like get food, where are the places that I go to get them?
There you go. You got to go there. And then again, any of the markets, like if you want to cook, they got a seafood market in Miami you can go to and get your own stuff. Everything fresh. That's good. Again, Snappers, man. You can go to Snappers. They got you. They'll get you right.
Oh, I gotta try that. Okay,
get you right.
I'm gonna lock that in the brain right there.
Exactly, you got to.
As we move forward, now, not only are you a musician, you're also an actor. You just dropped, or you were just a part of a project called The Audacity, which is funny of that title because people always say You got the audacity.
Audacity.
Like, right.
All the time.
Right, exactly, which is currently on Amazon Prime. So if you haven't checked it out, people, check it out. Do you see yourself transitioning from music to more acting in the next 5 to 10 years?
I don't see myself transitioning per se. I see myself simultaneously doing both. Because I feel like I used to be lazy. I'm just gonna keep it real. I was one of those artists that wanted everything but was lazy to do it all. But I've become even more hungry, even more just ready to fight for my dream, that I'm willing to do as much as I can. I'm ready to take on some roles for different things. I'm ready to go ahead and write my own scripts. While putting out music, I actually just did the title track for a new movie called A New Life that'll be out soon, that I'm also in as well. I have a small role in that film as well. So I definitely want to do both as much as I can because I love them both. Because again, I'm an entertainer at the end of the day. So whether that's on screen or on stage, in your face turning up, I just love to entertain, and that's just my personality wholeheartedly. So whatever I can do to encompass all those things, I'm going to do them. So definitely will be seeing me on the silver screen more and some more music coming out.
Okay, so we're looking at Grammys and Oscars and Golden
Grammys,
Globes,
Billboards, Oscars. We're going for it all.
All of it all.
All.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna be watching. I'm like, I interviewed him when.
I got you. And then I can take you to get some snappers. Then we can get on the jet. We can go get some snappers.
We're gonna go get some snappers. You're right. You're right about that. Now you said one thing that I'm glad that you said it, because a lot of people are not willing to admit it. You're like, in the beginning, you were lazy. You wanted everything, but you weren't willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
So what changed in you to be like, okay, I can't do this. This ain't working no more. Now I need to put it.
We don't have our lives are slowly passing us by. Like I went through a few years ago, I went through a bad depression, like really bad depression. I was just like, damn, what's going on? Like, why is this not happening? No. So I just had to step back and say, stop thinking like that. Like, you ain't been raised like you that nigga. Stand up in that and tell yourself every day, like, you got this. You can do what you need to do. Like, don't second guess what you're doing. Your music is your music. The people that was gonna love it. So once that kind of clicked in my mind and I changed my mind frame, I was like, look, I ain't got time to waste no more. Now that I know what my destiny is here, I've accepted my purpose on this earth. Now I have nothing but to just drive it in and just fight for it now. And that's where I'm at in my life. I just want to fight for this dream, and I want to take care of my family at the end of the day. I love my mom. I'm a mama's boy. Shout out to Miss Ramsey. So I want my mama to just, see her son has fought for everything, that she raised somebody that was willing to fight for his dream and achieve his dream, and I want to take care of her, you know what I'm saying? So I fight for a lot of different things right now, and I'm ready to do so.
And that's good. That's good to hear. And I'm glad that you're willing to admit that you went through a depression, because I feel like depression and mental health in our community is very taboo still, even to this day. So that's something that's huge to admit to the world. Like, hey, I went through this, but I snapped back. It's not something that goes away overnight, but you are willing to realize those feelings among yourself.
Exactly.
So I definitely applaud you for that, because not too many Black men are willing to talk about that subject. So then I want to talk about, we talked about Nights in Malibu a little bit earlier about the vibe of it. And you have this really awesome hip hop artist on it. Let me make sure I get her name right, because we think of people.
Miss Monroe, Melania.
Yeah,
Monroe.
Milana. Is it Milana? Melania Monroe.
Miss Monroe, she's so dope,
so
man.
you guys are on this project together, which sounds good. You guys sound good together. Let's talk about how the record came together.
So the crazy part is, I met Melania on Social Cypher. She was a guest on Social Cypher, and she was spit. I was like, listen, like, she's so dope. Her swag was dope. She was about her business, the way she walked and carried herself. I was like, I don't know what it is, but we got to do something together. And maybe 9-10 months after that is when I got the record Nights in Malibu. Me and my homie B Sim, shout out to B Sim, was an amazing writer. We actually were in the studio. We wrote the song. He was like, bro, you should get a feature on this. I was like, yeah, but we were like, it can't be a male feature. It has to be a female for the vibe. My mind immediately snapped, like, Melania, she's the perfect voice, the perfect vibe, the perfect look, the perfect fit. So I reached out to her. I wasn't sure if she was going to do it. I sent her the record. She loved the record. She sent me her verse back the first time. I loved it the very first time. She didn't have to alter it or nothing. And we got Nights in Malibu to this day. And we on the radio now. So I'm excited, man. We're streaming right now. I'm good. I'm happy.
Oh, shout out to the radio play. Because people don't realize radio's still the number one way
radio
for people to find out about music.
Radio matters.
Yeah, exactly. Look, tell them again. Radio
Listen,
matters.
radio matters. And I'm telling people, it matters. At the end of the day, people don't think, oh, no, I stream, but still, so many people listen to radio still.
Exactly. Especially in the very early parts of your career, radio is the
Yeah.
first place that you go to get your records played. And then when you get to a certain status, then you can just depend on
Then you don't
streaming.
need it. You can just stream. Yeah. You can
Right,
just stream
exactly. But radio is
Yeah.
definitely the number one way to get in. This is awesome. I love everything that we have talked about. I do want to ask you this, though, because obviously social media is a huge part of how we get our content out and how we brand ourselves. Do you feel like it's a catch-22 for yourself because you want to take a break but you can't necessarily do that? Talk about that a little bit for me.
Yeah, so I'm getting better with social media. I used to just post random stuff all the time, but then you realize that if you do, at the end of the day, as an artist, you do want people to connect with you and, you know, your story of who you are. And social media does help with that. So you do want to make sure that you're always putting things out there to your fans or potential fans that'll draw them to who you are, to connect with who you are. So I'm getting better with it, even though sometimes I feel like, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just put out the music and let them just love the music? But people do really want to connect with who you are as an artist. And I get that, because when you find out things about artists you connect with, it does tend to make you kind of love that artist a little more, or kind of be drawn to their music even more, because now you have a little more insight on who they are, why they write the way they do, or why they are the person that they are. So I think social media has helped in a lot of ways, but it's also hindering in a lot of ways, because artists, again, now we're looking at other artists like, oh, they're doing this, maybe I should do this, or how can I do this like this artist? And it shouldn't be that. It should be, let me do me and keep it moving. And so it is a catch-22, but that's why with Funk Trap's message is, do you. Don't worry about nobody else, all right? Just do you, keep it moving. So that's what I try to do. I just got to keep moving, do my own thing.
And I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. So the last part of this is that we're going to play a little game of this or that. I love when you hey, that vibe. All right, so I got 5 of them. I was trying to do a little bit Florida-based, but like I said earlier, I couldn't really find like the best of, so I just got a little bit of everything. All right? So here we go. First one. Crab legs or wings?
Ooh, wing. That's hard, though. You just messed me up with that one. I'm going to say wings.
Wings? Really?
It's weird. I'm going to say wings. I know it's wings. Now, some wings, I test some wings up now. Now, I love my crab legs, but I'm going to say wings on that one.
Test some wings up. So wait. Let me ask you another one.
All right.
A bonus. Drums or flats?
Ooh. I'm a mix first. I got to have a mix, but if I absolutely had to pick one, flats.
Flats.
Some flats.
Okay. I'll let you slide because you let me see the blue hair throughout the interview. But I'm a drum girl.
Okay, see, that's why I said I like both. I need a mixture of both. But if I have to pick, I'm gonna say flats. But I need that mixture though.
Right. I get you. I understand. All right. Next one. Air Force Ones or J's?
Ooh. Oh, see, I like both for different reasons, but I'm gonna go with Air Force Ones. They're more comfortable on my feet. J's, they a little narrow. I got wide feet, so I can't wear them too long. But they look, but I like the way J's look. I got some fresh J's, but Air Force Ones, I can wear them a little longer. So I'm gonna say Air Force.
Okay, Air Force Ones. All right. Whitney or Mariah?
No, you can't do me like that. You can't do me like that. Oh Lord. Oh, you can't do me like that.
You got to choose one. You got to choose.
First, I'm going to say this caveat. I love both of them. I love both of them equally, but I got to go with Whitney.
Okay.
I'm a Whitney
I can
fan.
understand why, though. Whitney is a whole iconic legend.
As a whole, I love Whitney as a whole. Personality, just everything about Whitney. I was a fan of Whitney Houston. Like, Whitney Houston was,
Right. I can understand that. All right, here you go. City Girls or Salt and Pepper?
Ooh. Now, I'm going to go with, I love Salt and Pepper. They the OGs. But City Girls is home. Like, that's that Trina, that Trick Daddy vibe. You know what I'm saying? They remind me of home. Like, I know girls like that for real. Like, I grew up around girls like that. So, I got to go with the City Girls.
City Girls. City Girls. That's home. Yeah. That's home. I got you on the majority of them. I got you on. Okay.
You did. You got me on most of them.
Yeah. So, last one. Florida beaches or LA beaches?
Different reasons, but I got to go with my Miami beaches. Ain't no beach like a South Beach. Like being on South Beach on that water, you right there to get your liquor. You can walk right on the beach and just like, there's nothing like South Beach. Nothing like South Beach.
So home, basically, what
Home.
it is
Home is it. Yeah, home is it. It's not like South Beach. Home is it.
Well, I love it. I had so much fun with you. This was awesome.
Yeah, like, this was great.
Vibes and everything, Millie rocking.
Hey,
that's a memory right there. Hey,
you know me in here.
Give up your socials and then let us know what you got coming up.
Definitely. Again, my name is Antonio Ramsey, a.k.a. Mr. Funk Trap. I just put out a new single, Nights in Malibu, featuring the beautiful Melania Monroe. Make sure you stream it. Request it on your radio stations. Grab it anywhere that you stream your music. Make sure you check out the Audacity, a movie I'm in. Make sure you check out the other platforms, social Cypher I'm a part of. We got some more movies coming out. We got some more music coming out. So if you ain't follow me at I am Antonio Ramsey on Instagram. I'm an Instagram junkie. I'll follow you back. Let's get it. Oh, and I want to thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. This was great. This is like one of the best interviews I've had. So much fun, so much energy.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Guys, make sure you are checking him out. Check out that new single, like he said. Make sure you request it on your radio stations. Make sure you're following him. Make sure you're checking out the short film, The Audacity. And he does have some other projects coming out in the new year. This man has been working.
Got to. Let's keep it going.
And now we
get
both.
That nap in.
Right. And both we about to go take a nap. So we'll check you guys out later. Holla.